A woman opens her banking app on a Sunday morning. She scrolls. There it is. A subscription she signed up for 14 months ago. A meditation app she has opened exactly twice. $9 a month, $126 gone quietly into an app that promised her calm and delivered a monthly withdrawal. She sees the charge. She sighs. And then she does the strangest thing of all. She keeps it. This is the sunk cost fallacy, wearing a very modern disguise. It is the reason you keep paying for the gym you stopped attending in March, the streaming service you never open, the storage unit full of things you will never touch again. And once you see the machinery behind it, you will notice it running in almost every money decision you make, including the ones you're most proud of. In 1985, two psychologists at Ohio University, Hal Arks and Catherine Bloomer, set out to prove something economists insisted was impossible. Classical economics said a rational person weighs only future costs and future benefits. Money already spent, gone, unrecoverable, should have zero influence on what you do next. Arks and Bloomer suspected the human mind did not work that way at all. So they ran an experiment on people who loved theater. At a campus box office, customers buying season tickets were secretly divided into three groups. One group paid full price. Another got a small discount. A third got a large discount, the same seats, the same plays, for far less money. The tickets were identical. The only difference was how much each person had paid. Then Arks and Bloomer simply watched who actually showed up. What they found would go on to explain billions of dollars of subscriptions nobody uses. The people who had paid full price attended noticeably more plays in the first half of the season than the people who got the discount. Same seats, same shows. The full-price group dragged themselves out on cold nights to watch plays they no longer wanted to see. Not because they wanted the experience, but because they had paid full price for it, and letting a ticket go unused felt like setting money on fire. They were not chasing enjoyment, they were avoiding waste. And here is the quiet strangeness of it. By the second half of the season, the effect faded. The sting of the original purchase had worn off, and the full-price group started behaving just like everyone else. The spending had not changed, only the memory of it had. Arks and Bloomer pushed further. They asked people to imagine they had accidentally booked 2 ski trips for the same weekend, one to Michigan for $100, one to Wisconsin for $50. Then came the twist. You know deep down that you would enjoy the Wisconsin trip more. You can only go on one. Neither ticket is refundable. Which do you choose? More than half chose Michigan, the trip they expected to enjoy less. They would rather have a worse weekend than waste the larger amount of money. The money was gone in both cases. It could not be recovered by either choice. But the bigger number hurt more to abandon, so people chose their own disappointment to protect it. This is the engine underneath everything. You are not paying for the thing anymore. You are paying to avoid admitting the thing is already gone. Long before the subscription era, the economist Richard Thaler had already caught this instinct in ordinary life. In 1980, he described a simple scene. You buy a ticket to a basketball game across town. On the night of the game, a blizzard rolls in. You hate the idea of driving through it, but you paid for that ticket, so out you go, white-knuckling the wheel through the snow. Now imagine the ticket had been free, a gift from a friend. Same game, same blizzard, same cold. Almost no one drives through a storm for a ticket that cost them nothing. The game has not changed. The weather has not changed. The only thing pushing you out into the dark is money you have already spent and can never get back. Thaler had found the same ghost Arks and Bloomer would chase, living not in a lab, but in the small, daily choices where you feel most like yourself. Why does spent money have such a grip on us? For that, we go to Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, whose work in 1979 mapped a strange asymmetry in the human mind. Losses, they discovered, do not feel like the mirror image of gains. They feel far worse. Losing $100 hurts roughly twice as much as finding $100 feels good. So when you move to cancel a subscription, your brain does not register a smart decision. It registers a loss, the loss of everything you already poured in, and it flinches. Keeping the subscription feels like protecting something. It is not. It is simply quieter than the pain of letting go. There is a second force at work, and it needs no drama at all. In 1988, economists William Samuelson and Richard Thaler gave people a series of choices and uncovered a powerful, almost invisible preference. Whatever the current arrangement happens to be, people tend to keep it. They called it status quo bias. Doing nothing feels safe. Changing something feels like a decision you could be blamed for, even by yourself. And a subscription is the perfect trap for this mind because it is engineered so that doing nothing is the same as saying yes. Every month, silence renews the charge. You are not choosing to keep paying. You are failing to choose to stop. And to your brain, those two things feel completely different. Two economists, Stefano Della Vigna and Ulrike Malmendier, put a number on what this costs us. In 2006, they studied 3 years of records from American gyms. People who chose a monthly membership at around $70 showed up, on average, just over 4 times a month. That works out to more than $17 per visit, even though the same gym sold a pay-as-you-go pass for $10. People were paying nearly double to remain the kind of person who goes to the gym. And then came the part that lands closest to home. When members finally stopped going, they did not cancel. On average, more than 2 full months passed between someone's last workout and the day they finally ended the membership. 2 months of paying for a door they never walked through, not because they forgot, because canceling meant admitting the whole thing was over. We treat all of this as a character flaw. We call ourselves lazy, wasteful, bad with money. But Arx and Bloomer were studying something far older than your budgeting habits. The refusal to waste is not stupidity. For most of human history, it was survival. When resources were scarce and could not be recovered, honoring what you had already spent and guarding what you had already committed to was exactly the right instinct. The problem is that this instinct evolved in a world without free trials, auto-renewals, and one-click signups designed by people who understand your psychology better than you do. Your mind is running ancient software against a system built to exploit it. And this is not a flaw of the weak or the careless. It scales all the way up. For years, Britain and France kept pouring money into the Concorde, the supersonic jet, long after it was obvious the project would never turn a profit, precisely because they had already spent so much that stopping felt unthinkable. Economists gave that its own name. They called it the Concorde fallacy. Entire governments, staffed by the smartest people in the room, made exactly the same mistake you make with a $9 app. The subscription economy is not thriving because it offers so much value. It is thriving because it understood, long before you did, that the hardest thing a human being can do is walk away from money that is already gone. So open the app. Look at the list. The language learning subscription from the trip you took 2 years ago, the premium tier of software you used for a single project, the streaming service still charging you for a show you finished last spring, the annual plan you bought to save money, now renewing for a second year you never planned, the cloud storage, the audiobook credits stacking up unused, the membership you are certain you will use again next month. Notice the story your mind tells you about each one. Notice that it is almost never "I use this." It is almost always "I have already paid for it," or "I might." Or canceling feels like giving up. That feeling, that small, specific reluctance to let go, is not information about the value of the thing. It is the fingerprint of a fallacy, pressing on the very same nerve it pressed in a theater in Ohio 40 years ago. Here is the uncomfortable truth the research leaves you with. The money for every unused subscription you own is already spent. It left your account the moment the charge cleared. Keeping the service does not bring a single dollar back. It only sends more after it, month after month, in the name of a decision you made a long time ago and have quietly regretted ever since. The theatergoers eventually stopped caring about the ticket price and started moving freely again, going to the plays they wanted, skipping the ones they didn't, spending nothing extra to prove a point to no one. The only thing standing between you and that same freedom is a story your brain tells to avoid a feeling. The past has already been paid for. The only question left is how much of your future you are willing to spend defending it.